So the lawyer who have 120 plus clients and is suing P Diddy got sued by someone who claims that he was shaking him down for money.
Figure sues lawyer representing Sean Combs' accusers for extortion. Rolling Stone Cheyenne Roundtree. An anonymous, self-described celebrity alleges in a new lawsuit that a prominent Houston lawyer is shamelessly trying to extort him while representing 120 men and women with purported legal claims against Sean Diddy Combs. The unidentified plaintiff, who calls himself as a public figure, who's attended several events with Combs, sued attorney Tony Buzbee in California on Monday. The man claims he received a demand letter from Buzbee's firm with entirely fabricated and malicious allegations of sexual assault, in an alleged attempt to force a private settlement. Buzbee vehemently denied any wrongdoing in a social media post Monday afternoon, calling the extortion allegation frivolous. According to the new lawsuit obtained by Rolling Stone, the demand letter allegedly included wildly false horrific allegations, claiming that the man raped multiple minors, both male and female, who had been drugged at parties hosted by Combs. The plaintiff says Buzbee threatened to take a different course if he did not force a private settlement. Buzbee vehemently denied any wrongdoing in a social media post Monday afternoon, calling the extortion allegation frivolous. According to the new lawsuit obtained by Rolling Stone, the demand letter allegedly included wildly false horrific allegations, claiming that the man raped multiple minors, both male and female, who had been drugged at parties hosted by Combs. The plaintiff says Buzbee threatened to take a different course if he did not commit to a confidential mediation. He took this to mean Buzbee would file more claims, make further public statements and report him to the FBI. When Buzbee fired back Monday afternoon, he called the powerful man's lawsuit a last-ditch attempt to stop me from revealing names in public lawsuits. It won't work. The national trial attorney said he was ready for a fight. I am a U.S. Marine, he wrote on Instagram. I won't be silenced or intimidated. Neither will my clients. Buzbee, who boasts he's collected more than $10 billion in damages for his clients, entered the fray of civil litigation against Combs in late September. He said his 120 clients went through a stringent vetting process. When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking, Buzbee told reporters. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. Combs has vehemently denied all accusations of sexual assault, with his team calling Buzbee's lawsuits and press conferences attempts to garner publicity. Since mid-October, Buzbee has filed more than a dozen lawsuits against Combs in New York, with the alleged incidents spanning from the 1990s through 2022. The Jane and John Doe accusers claim they were assaulted at white parties, industry events, hotels, a department store and at Combs' own home. Most claim they were drugged first. It is obvious that the frivolous lawsuit filed against my firm is an aggressive attempt to intimidate or silence me. One legal expert tells Rolling Stone that demand letters are very common and generally protected if they don't explicitly threaten going to authorities to report alleged criminal conduct. You have a right to represent your client and demand that a potential defendant pay money to compensate your client. But you don't have a right to say, if you don't pay, I'm going to report you to the authorities. I think that's the really clear line. That's civil extortion and not protected by the First Amendment, Jeremy B. Rosen, an appellate lawyer and partner at Horvitz and Levy, says. Here, if they're just saying there are going to be more civil plaintiffs, that doesn't strike me as the same as going to the authorities. It's the whole notion of the criminal punishment that pushes things over the edge. In October, Buzbee indicated that he planned on sending out demand letters to unidentified celebrities in order to keep the cases out of the public eye. In every single case, especially cases like this, because it's in the best interests of the victim, we attempt to resolve these matters without the filing of a public lawsuit, and we've done that already with a handful of individuals, many of which you've heard of before, Buzbee told TMZ. Now that the matter has been made public through the highly unusual preemptive lawsuit, Buzbee says his firm will disclose the demand letters as part of their court filings once the lawsuit is officially filed. The John Doe is being represented by powerhouse law firm Quinn Emanuel and is suing for extortion and infliction of emotional distress. The unidentified celebrity's extortion lawsuit is the latest wrinkle in the scandal surrounding Combs. His family recently was forced to deny the existence of an alleged memoir from his late partner Kim Porter. The Bad Boy Entertainment founder is currently charged with sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He pleaded not guilty. The media mogul was arrested in New York City on September 16 and has been detained since. He's currently housed at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. The man claims he received a demand letter from Buzbee's firm with entirely fabricated and malicious allegations of sexual assault in an alleged attempt to force a private settlement. Buzbee vehemently denied any wrongdoing in a social media post Monday afternoon, calling the extortion allegation frivolous. According to the new lawsuit obtained by Rolling Stone, the demand letter allegedly included wildly false, horrific allegations.
Tony Buzbee, a prominent attorney, is facing a lawsuit from an individual referred to as John Doe, who accuses him of extortion. Doe alleges that Buzbee threatened to file lawsuits over sexual assaults allegedly occurring at events linked to Sean Diddy Combs, unless Doe agreed to mediation. Buzbee denies these claims, describing the accusations as baseless and stating that his actions followed standard legal procedures without threats or financial demands. This dispute arises amid Buzbee's representation of over 100 individuals accusing Diddy of sexual misconduct, including violent assault and abuse. Diddy, who faces related criminal charges, is also navigating legal challenges involving his custody conditions and alleged misuse of privileged defense materials. Tony Buzbee, the attorney representing over 100 accusers in lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs, is facing legal trouble himself. An anonymous plaintiff, John Doe, alleges that Buzbee attempted to extort him by threatening to fabricate and release allegations of sexual assault unless he agreed to mediation. The lawsuit accuses Buzbee of using these tactics as part of a larger scheme. Buzbee denies the claims, arguing that his actions were lawful and aimed at holding powerful individuals accountable. This case adds complexity to the ongoing high-profile legal battles surrounding Diddy. Reports suggest he is a person of significant prominence, but his name has been withheld to protect his privacy in the legal proceedings. The case involving Tony Buzbee centers on John Doe, who claims to be a prominent figure targeted with fabricated allegations as part of an extortion attempt. Buzbee allegedly threatened to expose accusations of sexual assault, including serious claims involving minors, if Doe did not agree to mediation. The lawsuit accuses Buzbee of using this tactic as part of a broader strategy to pressure individuals into settlements. This legal dispute adds another layer of intrigue to the high-profile cases linked to Diddy. Tony Buzbee represents over 100 accusers in lawsuits alleging sexual misconduct by Sean Diddy Combs. These lawsuits claim Diddy engaged in violent assaults and abuse spanning decades, often during high-profile events. Buzbee's strategy in these cases has faced criticism, including allegations of aggressive legal tactics. Meanwhile, Diddy counters these claims, arguing some are false or exaggerated, and is navigating criminal charges. The ongoing disputes involve significant legal and public attention, with implications for both parties' reputations. The legitimacy of Buzbee's tactics hinges on the method of pressure. If his approach involved threats or actions outside legal boundaries, it could be seen as unethical or unlawful. Lawyers are allowed to negotiate aggressively within the law, but crossing into coercion or fabrication of claims would be inappropriate and potentially illegal. The details of how Buzbee applied pressure will likely be key in determining whether his behavior was acceptable or overstepped ethical and legal limits. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and leave a comment below. See you next time.